Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Dear students, today we are going to discuss the time period and frequency of simple pendulum. We are going to establish a relationship between time period and frequency of simple pendulum. In the previous lecture, we have already discussed what is simple pendulum, on which principle it works, what is the diagrammatic demonstration for that, how it works, what was the working theory for it, and all the stuff we have done with that, right? Okay, now we are deriving a relation for time period and frequency. So we will follow the basic principle of simple harmonic motion, that is A directly proportional to minus x. We know that this is our first step, A directly proportional to minus x, right? Okay, now we remove this proportionality sign over here and we introduce a kind of a constant over here, and the constant is 4 pi square by t square, right? Now we put that constant over here, so the equation will turn to A is equal to 4 pi square by t square into minus x, and the final equation we are going to get is minus 4 pi square divided by t square into x. This is your first equation. Okay, now again in the second step we consider the same equation as that, A directly proportional to minus x. Now we remove this proportionality sign and introduce a kind of a constant over here. The constant in this case is g by L. Okay, now we put that constant value over here and we get A is equal to minus gx divided by L. This is your equation number 2. Okay, since you can see that in equation 1 and 2 both the value, the left sides are equal, so definitely their right sides must be equal. So we are going to compare both the equations, as that in equation 1 and equation 2 we can write that minus gx divided by L is equal to 4 pi square x divided by t square. Minus from the both side will be cancelled out, okay, and x from the both side will be cancelled out, right? And we will get g by L is equal to 4 pi square divided by t square. We want to find the value of t, right? What we can do, we do the cross multiplication over here, so we can have the value t square g is equal to 4 pi square L. Now to find g, dividing g dividing g on both sides, so we are going to get t square is equal to 4 pi square L divided by g. Now taking square root on both sides, so when you take the square root of left side and right side, so we are going to reach to a certain destination, that is t is equal to 2 pi under the root L by g. Okay, now if you want to find out the frequency of simple pendulum, so we know that the frequency and time period are inversely variated to each other. If the value for time period is t is equal to 2 pi under the root L by g, so for frequency it will be 1 over 2 pi under the root g by L, right? So these two are the equations for time period and frequency of simple pendulum, and these will be used in the numerical problems, right? We will use these two equations for solving the numerical problems regarding simple pendulum. Okay, now we are going to discuss energies in simple harmonic motion, or you can say simple pendulum, like what sort of energies are involved in there. Like there are two type of energies, kinetic energy and potential energy. Now we are going to discuss the increase or decrease in the kinetic energy of a simple pendulum when it is at extreme position, when it is at mean position, what kind of increase or decrease appears. So we are going to draw a very detailed schematic diagram which will be helpful to understand the energies in simple pendulum. Look, this is what we are having, a rigid support, right? We have, now we are going to discuss energies in simple harmonic motion or simple pendulum. We have discussed already simple pendulum. It was a metallic sphere connected with an inelastic string, connected with tied to a rigid support, and the setup formed was known as simple pendulum. We have already done in the previous lecture. Now we are going to discuss energies in simple pendulum or energies in simple harmonic motion. We know that simple pendulum is one of the example of simple harmonic motion, right? It obeys the principle of simple harmonic motion, right? Okay. Now let's discuss energies in simple pendulum. There are basically two types of energies: kinetic energy and potential energy. Now we will discuss the energies of simple pendulum when the metallic sphere is at mean position, when the metallic sphere is at extreme position, what kind of increase or decrease or variations appears when the metallic sphere moves from point A to O, O to A dash to O, then again it is revolving between 3 points like A dash, A, and midpoint, central, equilibrium point, that is O. Okay, let's suppose we have this sort of rigid support, we have inelastic string over here. We have inelastic string, this is what? Then this is inelastic string, okay? And we have a metallic sphere over here. This is metallic sphere of mass M. Done? Okay. What I'm doing now, I'm applying force on it. Say this is position O, this is O position, right? What I'm doing, I'm applying force to bring it to another point like this. Okay, that is A point. Done ho gaya? Okay, what I did, I applied external force in this direction and the body is reached to point A. When I reach over here, I remove the external force. When I remove the external force, the body will start coming back to its point O. It will not stop over here at point O at equilibrium position because of inertia, okay? And the metallic sphere will reach to another point like this, okay? Say that point is known as A dash, okay? Done ho gaya? Okay, fine. Look, since at mean position, kinetic energy and potential energy, it is in moving state, right? Now this diagram is for moving state. When I am bringing this metallic sphere to a point A, okay, there is increase or decrease in kinetic energy and potential energy. Now look, there are two kind of energies: kinetic energy due to motion of a body, and potential energy due to state, okay, due to state. Now at this extreme position A and A dash, the potential energy will be maximum because at both the extreme positions the metallic sphere is at rest, and kinetic energy will be minimum, you can say 0, okay? The same metallic sphere is now moving, okay? When it reaches to O, it is not stopping over here, means motion is maximum over here. So we can say that potential energy, we can say that kinetic energy is maximum and potential energy is minimum. Now the same metallic sphere is moving to point A dash, and when it reaches to A dash, it is becoming slowly and gradually it actually stops. So when it stops, so potential energy again it will become maximum, and kinetic energy again it will become minimum. Done ho gaya? Now look, when the metallic sphere was moving from A to O, A to O, what was change observed in the kinetic energy and potential energy? Look, over here the potential energy was maximum and kinetic energy was minimum. When the body start coming from A to O, what happens over here? Its potential energy started decreasing and kinetic energy started increasing. Is it clear? Done ho gaya? Now at mean position O, the same is the kinetic and potential energy as it is showing in the diagram. Clear? Now, when the body is moving from point O to A dash, look, at mean position the potential energy was minimum and kinetic energy was maximum. So what will happen over here? Look, potential energy it was minimum over here, now it will start increasing. It will start increasing and kinetic energy will start decreasing, right? And when the body reaches to point A dash, the same is the kinetic and potential energy as it is showing. Look, potential will be maximum, kinetic will be minimum. Now what will happen? Again, the body is moving from A dash to O. The body is moving where? A dash to O. What will be changes observed in the kinetic energy and potential energy? Look, potential energy over here was maximum. Look, potential energy was maximum. It will start decreasing, and kinetic energy was minimum. It will start increasing, right? When the body reaches to point O, again the same kinetic and potential energy it has, as shown in the figure. Now, when the body is moving from point O to A, like this, point O to A, look, what will happen? At mean position the potential energy was minimum, kinetic energy was maximum. So what will happen? Potential energy will start increasing and kinetic energy starts decreasing, right? So this was all the increase or decrease in energies of kinetic energy and potential energy in simple pendulum, and this is a very detailed schematic diagram. If an exam the question comes that discuss energies in simple harmonic motion or simple pendulum, so you can draw this diagram. This diagram in itself gives you complete sense, right? So that is all about the today's topic, and thank you for watching. Thank you for your time. Jazakallah. Fi amanillah.